What is corporate strategy? Business strategy is a firm's theory of how to gain competitive advantage in a single business or industry. The two business strategies are cost leadership and product differentiation. Cost leadership, it is a method to reduce costs and produce the least expensive goods in a market or industry in an effort to gain market share. Example of cost leadership is McDonald's. McDonald's has been extremely successful with this strategy by offering basic fast food meals at low prices. Second is product differentiation. Product differentiation is what makes your product or service stand out to your target audience. Example of this is an iPhone over an Android, as the customer considers iPhone to be a status symbol and believes that it has an easier interface as compared to Android. Business strategy is a clear set of plans, actions, and goals that outlines how a business will compete in a particular market or markets with a product or number of products or services. Why is a business strategy important? There are several reasons why a business strategy is important, but in competitive advantage, it encourages business introspect. It offers a guide on how your business performing internally and externally. This is crucial to gaining a competitive advantage and securing future profitability. Corporate strategy is a firm's theory of how to gain competitive advantage by operating in several businesses simultaneously. Corporate strategy deals with this challenge of managing a range of businesses, how to allocate resources between them, maximize their contributions, and finally give them a common direction, vision, mission, and corporate objectives. Corporate level strategy is related with decisions of, first, overall direction and growth of corporate, second, resource allocation among businesses, third, transfer of resources, and fourth, managing and nurturing a group or portfolio of businesses. Four fundamental types of corporate strategies. First, expansion strategy, increasing the scope of business definition of single of more than one businesses. Example, the baby diaper company expand its customer groups by offering the diaper to all aged persons along with the babies. Second, stability strategy, marginal change in business definition to improve its performance. Example, an hospital brings new heart surgical technology, change in technology. Third, retrenchment strategy, total or partial withdrawal from one or more businesses. Example, selling assets, such as investments, facilities, machines, or entire divisions of your organization. For example, an airline facing a liquidity crisis that sells its facilities at a key airport. Fourth, combination strategy, means making the use of other grand strategies, stability, expansion, retrenchment, simultaneously. What is vertical integration? Value chain is the set of activities that must be accomplished to bring a product or service from raw materials to the point that it can be sold to a final customer. Value chains help increase a business's efficiency so the business can deliver the most value for the least possible cost. The end goal of a value chain is to create a competitive advantage for a company by increasing productivity while keeping costs reasonable. A value chain is a step-by-step business model for transforming a product or service from idea to reality. Example of value chain is Starbucks Corporation. Starbucks is one company that is interesting to analyze from a value chain perspective because of the substantial value added from coffee bean procurement to distribution and from store supply to the customer. Vertical integration is simply the number of steps in this value chain that a firm accomplishes within its boundaries. There are three types of vertical integration: backward, forward, and balance. Vertical integrations allow the company to control the distribution or supply of its goods, allowing it greater control and efficiencies along the supply chain. Vertical integration helps a company to reduce costs across different parts of its production process. Vertical integration, the merger of companies that are in the same business but in different stages of production or distribution. Further benefits of vertical integration include increasing sales and improving profits. Example of vertical integration is Netflix. It is known as provider for streaming services then of the supply chain where there is direct interaction with the consumer. It provides a platform for producers of films, TV, and other content. However, the company was reliant on third parties to provide new content that its subscribers would like. At the same time, it had to pay a premium particularly for big shows. Netflix decided to vertically integrate and enter the production businesses. So in turn, it not only produces shows and films but also provides the distribution network through its streaming services. This strategy has become vital as it helps differentiate from competitors and control the type of shows that are made available. Backward vertical integration, when it incorporates more stages of the value chain within its boundaries and those stages bring it closer to the beginning of the value chain that is closer to gaining access to raw materials. Example, when computer companies develop all their own software, they were engaging in backward vertical integration because these actions are close to the beginning of the value chain. Another example might be a bakery that purchases a wet processor or a wet farm. In this scenario, a retail supplier is purchasing one of its manufacturers, therefore cutting out the intermediary and hindering competition. It is known as backward vertical integration because the firm is behind in the supply chain. So in a basic supply chain of raw material extraction, manufacturing, and distribution, the distributor could merge with the raw material extractor or the manufacturer and be classed as backward vertical integration. This is because they are at the stage behind in the supply chain. Advantages of backward integration: increased control, cost cutting, efficiency, competitive advantage, and creating barriers to entry and differentiation. Forward vertical integration, when it incorporates more stages of the value chain within its boundaries and those stages bring it closer to the end of the value chain, that is closer to interacting directly with final customers. Example, when companies staffed and operated their own call centers in the United States, they were engaging in forward vertical integration because these activities brought them closer to the ultimate customer. Another example is a clothing label that opens up its own boutiques, selling its designs directly to customers instead of or in addition to selling them through department stores. Forward vertical integration, often referred to as cutting out the middleman. Forward integration is an operational strategy implemented by a company that wants to increase control over its suppliers, manufacturers, or distributors, so it can increase its market power.